Hi guys, this is Jess with your all signs quick fire read. Fitting, right? And we're in Leo season. If you we're gonna look at each sign and see what is going to be a life-changing event that is coming up, what's happening and what is going to be the change that will come up, or the advice, because some of you may need some advice. Just depends on how the cards come out, right? So if you like to skip ahead to your sign, do check out the timestamps. They should be there because this should go really fast because it's quick fire. So I'm actually going to start with Scorpio first because Scorpio needs this time for a minute. So first we're going to get into Scorpio. You have some interesting cards. Oh, and the kicker, guys, is that I'm using Kepper. So, Kepper is nothing to play with. So here we go. Now, what's coming up for you and what will be kind of life changing, and I use that phrase loosely, but what's a major energy that is coming upon you and can grow over time is concern. Some of you are going to have some concerns. You may already be concerned. I feel like Scorpios that are here, obviously right now, you may already be having concerns. And clearly this is very broad of what could be your concerns. However, I looked further and I see that your concerns, it's about money, lack thereof, feeling like you're running out of time. And it's funny because before I clarified the cards, I actually felt that. I was saying like, it feels like they're running out of time. Like they feel like, I need to be doing something now. It's like you almost can feel it like something is coming or I need to do something. Or you just may feel more paranoid because things are short. If you're fine and you're getting this energy, you're probably foretelling some future. Okay, so do let us know down in the comment section below if you find yourself in that place where it's like, I'm good, but I just feel like something is coming down the pike, that type of thing. But I do see that there is some despair. So doing a little bit of extra homework, because your sign in particular needs a little bit of guidance, I feel, to shake off this energy. Right? Because I know my Scorpios, at least some of them, can fall down a rabbit hole quite easily when, things don't look pretty bleak, put it that way. It's saying for some of you, this may be a divorce. This may be a complete change in your life where it's going to take you to a whole new different world, a location of some sort, and you're going to have to do it. Some of you may not be so clear, but that's where this is going to lead you, the concern, the despair, and feeling like you don't have enough. I feel like you will have enough, and I do feel like you're going to get some understanding of what this is. Some of you may feel like you're headed toward divorce, separation, or a breakup. Now, some of you will, with adjudication and distant horizons. It's not happening now, but you may be at that point right now where you're almost ready to, pull the plug and say, I'm out of here. This is too much. So if that's the case, then it's asking you to probe a little bit more, find out about some things a little bit more before you just make a change. But for some of you, it's coming. It's happening. A change is coming. And some of you could be concerned about a child, and it may be that may be the reason why you're hesitant or you have some issues. It's coming, guys. It's coming. Wherever you're going to be moving to, I feel if it's a move, it'll be a better place. If you're worried about money, that's going to increase. Things are going to look better for you. So I just wanted to take an extra bit of time for those of you who are stressed out, who are on the fence about, some type of a life-changing event that leaves you worried right now, has you worried, has you concerned, or will have you in those places. Know that the decision, as hard as it is, it will be one that you'll look back and say, oops, thank God for it, because it's making your life quite better. So there's that. So that's what I have for Scorpio. Some of you may be dealing with Leo. That's what I have for Scorpios. Now we're going to look at Pisces. Well, I do see that for some of you, you've gotten the family room, and that shows that there's going to be some congregating in a specific area of the home. For some of you, you'll be living in a living room or family room of some sort, focusing on your comforts And making yourself more stable will be part of a huge life-changing event for you. I do feel like for some of you, you may even get some help from another. Some of you can meet someone and you're living together, or again, reach out, seek help. There is help here if you're looking for a place, home, or what's going on in your home is going to be a focus. You could be focusing on people in the house and repairing relationships in the home. And I feel for some of you looking for a home, searching for a home, or making your place more stable or looking for stability is not going to be the easiest thing to do. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of tenacity and stick to itness. It will require you to not have so many days and nights with family and friends, but it will pay off. Okay, that's what it's saying, that something about home security or others that are significant, it can repair and it will get a lot better. It just will take sticking to it and seeing it all the way through. That's what I have for Pisces. Now let's look at Aquarius. Aquarius. So the Aquarius is out there that I'm reading for. You got courthouse, and this is life-changing because when I first saw the card, the first thing I thought was this could be good. This could go really right, or it could go really wrong with the courthouse. And for some of you, it has a lot to do with engaging with another and partnership. And for some of you, it will literally be a wedding. Congratulations. You may soon meet the person that you will commit to. Some of you will get either pop a question, or a question will be popped to you. You'll be engaged. And you might just elope. Some of you may just go down to the courthouse and do something wild and just get married. Sounds so Aquarius, right? But someone is thinking about popping a question. If someone's planning about going to the next level and making it official, someone is also thinking about a divorce or possibly separating from this union as well. So it really can go right or wrong, but it will be life-changing. I'm going to pull one more card to see how you're going to feel about it overall. Some of you may feel like there's loss of love here and someone wants attention elsewhere. So for some of you, it could be quite problemsome, but others of you, I feel like this is just a delay because someone is focusing on other things, and then they're going to circle back around and things will be working out for the two of you, for some of you. But others of you, you do have someone here who could be quite egotistical, needs all of the attention, and you may feel like, I don't know if this is right for me. Some of you, it could even be you that's the person. I'm hearing the problem. So that's what I have for Aquarius. Now let's look at Capricorn. Capricorn, high honors. And you know what I thought about when I saw this? I said, hopefully nobody's dying and they were in the military and now they're getting high honors, because that's what it looked like for me the first time I saw it. However, for you Capricorns, this is you guys getting recognized, getting shout out, people looking up to you, deferring to you, relating to you, and you may feel like finally I'm getting my just due, or I will get my just due. That is going to be one of the more life-changing events that'll happen for you. And it looks like some of you are kind of expecting this. You expect it, or you're saying, when is my time? When will be my time to shine? When will people start to give me my recognition and my praise, is what it looks like. And I'm getting more strongly, this is about work and career, is what it looks like to me for Capricorns. And for some of you, you're going to stay where you are. You're not going to leave. You're going to stay where you are, either because that's where you get a lot of praise and attention and it works for you. And you may have been thinking about leaving something, but in fact, after listening, I don't know about listening, but after thinking about it long and hard, you are going to decide to stay someplace where it works for you. Others of you, if you haven't gotten your just due as of yet, give it about 6 months to a year's time. And that's when you're going to see the life-changing event happen for you guys. That's when you're going to see things really changing leaps and bounds. So that's what I have for Capricorns. Now let's look at Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius, I have occupation. And, for all of you, it'll be different. I feel like a life-changing thing for you is that your sixth house is under construction. And for those of you who do not know what the sixth house represents, it's many things. You can go and look it up when you have some time if you're interested. But specifically for this, it is about your day-to-day work. It's your day-to-day life, what you do day-to-day, your routines, right? As well as your health. But it speaks specifically right here with this card, I feel, in looking at the others, that this speaks to work, your occupation, your career, even your business. With Uranus being in your sixth house right now, it is definitely throwing a monkey wrench in what you have always known to be your core way of making money, your day-to-day way of making money. And so you will find that it becomes more and more difficult to stick with the same routine, to stick with the same old thing. Some of you, it becomes too difficult of a burden to bear. Some of you, actually, honestly, you may feel like someone is taking advantage of you. You may be feeling like you're being taken advantage of to some extent. And that some of you may even have a case against the company you work for. Or you may feel like you need to protect yourself if you have your own business. So hopefully you guys are making sure that everything is kind of legalized and that is the way it needs to be. Also get like being brought in. I don't know if you're being brought in for questioning, but being brought in for review as well. Okay, it just seems like there's a lot going on at your workplace or how you make money. So it's saying that you're going to feel tied to this. You're not making enough money, or this place that you're working or business, it's taken a lot of your time and energy. Some of you have lost your mojo for it. So now you're just in it for in its sake. You know, you're just kind of existing and you're just hanging on by a thread, which isn't going to improve. What will improve, and I do kind of feel like it's by default, but you will have to make some form of actions. You become very magical. You start to realize what your options are and what you can do. And it's saying to use your creative gifts, because you don't get this just by happenstance, right? This is occupation, but this is something where you toiled and you've learned and you've perfected, along with, you know, applying your own creative skills to master, right? And so now you're going to take those same skill sets, apply it to something new that you can apply some new magic to, and kind of try. It's like trial and error, right? So try something new, try a little this, try a little that, try a little this, try a little that. And also incorporate some things in your life that doesn't necessarily riddle you with more anxiety and stress, but do things that relieve those stresses and anxieties. Because for some of you, you have to stick with the job you have to stay where you are, at least for right now, or whenever all of this kind of activates and you have to be proactive, right? But in the meantime, use your strengths, your skills, your abilities, your craftsmanship, right, for better, and try new things, because that is when you're going to get you back again, and you're going to start to love what you do again, even if it's something that it takes time for you to see your overall financial growth or where you want to be. It's saying to do the things that I just said in order for you to kind of rid yourself of the situation. You know, I kind of knew, like, when I got to Sagittarius, I was like, I kind of feel like once we get down to, you know, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and it may be a little bit of a change, because it usually goes that way with the cards. So that's what I have for Sagittarius. You guys are going to be fine. For those of you who I'm speaking to. Others of you, it's not that serious. You just have to make some kind of change, because even if you're doing well financially, you may feel lackluster and just not so much wanting to do what you do anymore. So some massive change, but in small doses, approaching that change will be very beneficial to you, and it will relieve a lot of stress. That's what I have for Sagittarius. Now let's look at Scorpio. Now Libra. Libra. Some of you, this is coming out pretty strongly for me. Some of you will have a fortunate situation, great fortune. And for some of you, you will be a blessing to others, especially if you can relate to being in this place right here where life is very fortunate. You've been very fortunate. You have an abundance to give, to be generous with. And it's not just literal assets, right? Monies, but it's your time. It's your energy, like literally being around people. You can be quite fortunate. meaning they could be a blessing upon you or you them. Getting with someone in some form of courtship doesn't have to just be romantic, but courtship brings you some form of fortune, great opportunity, not just to you, but from you as well could possibly be. For some of you, you may already have this and you have to make a decision. Do I disconnect from this and get healing because it is robbing me of my overall welfare, right? Because I am succumbing to finances and this person is putting me in a good position, or we've acquired a lot together, but I don't feel connected anymore, or I don't feel appreciated, or it's a one-sided situation. So for you, what will be life-changing is having to make one of the toughest decisions, especially when it comes to partnership, because Libras are all about partnership, but you're going to have to and it's going to take some rest and recuperating and really thinking and contemplating what is the right direction to make. If there's a child involved, it'll be even more difficult. But you have to ask yourself, are you happy? Is this a one-sided situation? Will it fully be a benefit to you here? So that is what looks like it would be kind of life-changing that's coming up for you, Libras. Now let's look at Virgo. Virgos, I feel like through hard work and dedication to a craft, your skill set, I got straight away that some of you will take something that you learned and you're going to turn it into a business, which will turn into like a mega operation, where you are setting up wealth, because your first card is sudden wealth. And so some form of wealth will come to you and you may feel like, oh, it just came. But for a lot of you, after further counsel of the cards, it comes with a lot of work and toil. Some of you may be plucked out of working overtime constantly and penny pinching, and you may win the lotto. You may be left some money. You can get some form of great fortune. And again, meeting someone. I also get that some of you could be chosen. Also be very careful of your bank account, making sure that, nothing is compromised there. But I also get like someone may get a divorce, may get some type of have a breakup. And now it's like one person's trash is your treasure. It's that type of thing. So for some of you, you could definitely find that you're wealthy in love with someone. Someone is literally going to love you, and you feel like that's my wealth. Or your health. If your health has been ailing you, you may find a way to cure yourself or to find a cure, and that becomes, a success story for you in some kind of way. But I definitely see success, and I see sudden wealth and just feeling wealth. We like to say wealth is health, that type of thing. So you may feel in a very tangible, like literal money, funds, but also intangible love, health, happiness, and you may feel quite wealthy, and you may even feel like this just came out of nowhere. So that's what I see for Virgos. And for some of you, if you've done anything ill-fated, well, you may find yourself at this end. Like you were up, now you're down because of prior actions. So it just depends on and it could have a lot to do with a courthouse ruling. So it just depends on which way the pendulum swing for you guys. But that's what I have for Virgo. Now let's look at Leo. Leo. So you have the bad health card. And these are one of the uglier cards in Kepper that we pretty much don't like to see. But this specifically speaks to, for some of you, a relationship of some sort. And this could be any relationship. Yes, this is the Lover's card, and it does see two stone-figured people embracing, but this just speaks to some type of intertwine that you're in with another, whether it be another person or entity, and you may feel like it literally is bad for your health. I've been saying for a while now that Leos are in situations that are not the healthiest for some of them, and you guys have that connectivity, and you're a fixed sign, so it may not be the easiest thing to disconnect from things, but it is causing you bad health. For some of you, you could be what some people coin themselves as a workaholic, especially if you're a millennial, because that's kind of the culture of some millennials, not all. But you may be working yourself into the ground, and then other people are going to benefit from your misfortune. Their fortune becomes now your misfortune. So do check in on your mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health, Leos, and understand when it's time to cut the cord or when it's time to take a break. For some of you, you may be staying in this longer than you should because of a child. Some of you may be missing a child. Some of you, because you chose love over a child, and now you have a lot of concerns about that. Some of you may have chosen a child over love, but there's still concerns about that. About, what do we do? I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose, seeing my children every day. That sort of thing. Or what do we do with the child, the children, that sort of thing. Some of you may have a lover who doesn't like your children, or who, I can go on and on about what this is and what it could be. But with these three combinations, it speaks to something that either is outdated, childish, or it lacks the healthiness in order for you to feel good or to feel better. I feel like it'll get worse over time. So you may be needing to make some really harsh and hard decisions, Leos, out there, so that you start to feel better. For some of you, it may take up to 4 months time, hopefully not years. And then you're going to, really go balls to the wall. For some of you, you've already been in this place of needing to make a decision. And now with this new moon and your sign coming up, I think August 1st, it is going to propel you forward with something regarding a child, children, a lover, and addressing your overall healthiness with other people. That's what I have for Leos. Now let's look at Cancer. Cancer, some of you are going to have to kind of make a mad dash to a mature woman. It may come in the form of a male. Some of you, third party energy is going to come falling out of the closet. Someone may literally come out the closet, or skeletons can come falling out of the closet about a third party. There could be some concern about mature woman that comes from a man. Some of you may be the person giving some information. I do get there's lack of communication, and for some of you, you may be stressed out over some things that you learn about a couple or two people. One of them could be bringing it to you. Yeah, that type of thing. So you're going to find out something, maybe what someone has not been telling you, someone's been holding back. Some of you haven't addressed the situation in quite some time, and it's now time to address it. Someone that hasn't been communicating with you in quite some time, they are now going to address something with you and confront you. But this is not like confrontation. It's more like alerting and making notice of something, putting someone on notice about something. Okay. I do feel like you're not going to be in the best place about the situation, because for some of you, you may have something tied to finances or not being able to get approved or get something, and you will be kind of concerned, and I also feel confused, but things will level themselves out. When exactly, I don't know. For some of you, this could be some type of a court ruling. It's up to a higher power than you, a higher level, because only the high power to me is God. So a higher level than you. Or it's, I don't even like the way that sounds. It's like someone else is going to have to make the ultimate decision. Let me say it like that. And it could be officials, quote unquote. That's what I have for Cancers. Now let's go to Gemini. Well, Gemini, you have journey. And for some of you, this is a trip or travel. You're exploratory right now. Some of you are kind of throwing caution to the wind, and you're moving forward, and you're enjoying the views along the way. For some of you, you may need to kind of like tread light, but also pack light. And I don't mean a literal, for some of you, it's a literal move I'm hearing, or a literal trip and travel long distance. Wherever this is going, you have no real clue. That's why it's a journey. You have no real clue wherever this is, wherever you're going in this. And for some of you, it will have to do with love. It will have to do with just about anything. But it is a journey nonetheless that you're willing to take, in spite of some of you having all kinds of stresses, fears, worries, and even triggers kind of kicking up. Now, through a trip, travel, or a journey, or someplace at distance, you may get some news that is a bit stressful. Some of you may feel like I took this trip, I went away, I spent too much money, and now I'm in a place of despair. It feels like whatever you're headed towards, you're creating the situation, or the situation is being created for you, and you're moving forward kind of in an open arms sort of way. Your intent is one thing, but as time goes on, you may feel like you have to disconnect. Some of you may go on a trip, and hopefully this is not applying to anyone, but some of you could go on a trip and then you have to kind of like quarantine, or you have to rest. Some of you may even go on vacation and through this journey, and it's a love thing. Like you kind of you meet someone new, you go somewhere new. And some of you may be having secret rendezvous. Like you may go at a distance to see someone for love purposes, but all the while you're stressed out about what the hell you got to go back home to. So it's like, enjoy it while it lasts now, that type of thing. Some of you even could be taking your partner on a trip or a travel or a journey, trying to get the love back again. But you'll realize that by the time you guys get back home, after time kind of goes by, you're back at the same place. Gemini. So that's what I have for my Geminis. Now let's look at Taurus. Taurus, you have pathway. And this means that you may finally feel like there is light up ahead. Okay. You're walking your way out of that tunnel, but wherever you're going, it is a decision, and you're literally kind of like Gemini. You're on this pathway to a new life, a new direction. And although there is some light, and because there is light and there's clearance, you may start to feel lighter. And that blessings are also soon up ahead as well, even more to be had. And some of you are feeling like you're on the right path. You're on the right path. And I also see that you have to kind of make a decision about where do you go next with someone that you're expecting to come back to you. Some of you are waiting on someone. And so it's like a decision, that pathway, right? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I wait? Do I chart a new territory? What exactly should I do? But it does look like you need to follow this continual path. There's something about it that is magical almost, right? Ethereal. And so if it has, whatever you've been doing has gotten you this far to this place where you start to you could feel it, then obviously your intuition is in a really great place, and to lean on that more. You keep leaning on it, you're not going to need this. That's what I have for Taurus. Now let's look quickly at Aries. Aries, you have privilege, and I see more money. I see opportunity coming your way. I see a raise, a new opportunity in some sort that will bring you more money, bring you more opportunity. You're sitting pretty. And for some of you, need I add on top of that, a love to boot. So love will grow. New love could come. There could be some form of a offer or partnership that comes where you or this person will have to make the hard decision to make a huge change. And that means to uproot someone's life, to change and to move someplace. Some of you could even be moving really far away from where your family is, your lineage is. But I just see fortune, and I see opportunities. Even when I first started to look at your cards, they looked really good. And I circled back around after shuffling and moving them all around, and it's still really good cards. So Aries, you really can't be beat. You guys are just on a good winning streak. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope that this has been helpful. Check back on the next one. Take care, guys.